Shalom. First and foremost, I want to say all praises to Yahweh Bahashim Yahushai. Double honors to the apostles and elders of Great Millstone. Salutations to you brothers throughout the four corners of the earth, teaching the truth and righteousness and sincerity. You Israelite foreigners, come back home to the truth. You know what I'm saying? If your spirit bear witness that this is the truth, you could be in China, you could be in Laos, Thailand, Africa. You still an Israelite just as much as a so-called Negro in Harlem. So don't let nobody tell you otherwise if your spirit bear witness with this truth. And to the fallen soldiers, the dead in Yahweh shall arise first. Just wanted to bring out a scripture because I saw a scripture that was somebody trying to disprove the Lashawan Qadash, and which is fine. I mean, we believe in the Lashawan Qadash because number one, you got to think about it. You know what I'm saying? In its most simple form. You know what I'm saying? Like the pronunciations in the Lashawan Qadash are very basic. And a language like that would be a language spoken in a simpler time before all these other languages were brought out. Plus, when you look at babies come out the womb, they don't talk from the rip, but when they do talk, their sounds are more like like they call their father, their mom, mama, papa, you know what I mean? So it makes more sense. The language makes more sense, but then there's also a scriptural way to, at the very least, if you match up the ancient Hebrew with the Lashawan Qadash that we speak with the modern Hebrew, the modern Hebrew doesn't make sense in the scripture that I'm about to read. Matthew 27, start at 46. About the 9th hour, Yahushua cried with a loud voice. So he cried with a loud voice. And remember in Book of Revelations, he cried. His voice was like the sound of many waters. So he cried with a loud voice. So it stands to reason that Yahushua, because he was used to speaking loud, when he cried with a loud voice in Matthew 27 and 46, that he was not only loud but clear. So reading on, it says, saying, Eli, Eli, lama sabachthani. That is to say, so it's about to what's the word I'm looking for? About to translate what he said. The Eli, Eli sabachthani. That is to say, my God, why hast thou forsaken me? So, let's say in the modern Hebrew, right? The modern Hebrew, Eli is Elihu. So it says here, some of them that stood there when they heard that said, this man calleth for Elias, which is Elijah. Elijah is Eliyahu. So then it says, and straightway one of them ran and took a sponge and filled it with vinegar and put it on a reed and gave him to drink. The rest said, let be. But basically, leave him alone. Don't give him nothing to drink. Let us see what Elias. Let us see whether Elias will come to save him. Right. So in Yahushua's dying moments, he poses not a question, but he kind of makes a very profound statement in relation to what people said that mistook what he said. It's spiritual too, because even in his dying moments, he was misunderstood. A lot of Israelites are misunderstood, but that's a whole nother topic. He said, if you're going to take the modern Hebrew, you're going to say that a man yelling out Elihu is going to be mistaken to say Eliyahu, which to me is kind of difficult to prove because, it's like saying read and read. Both words are spelled the same because I'm saying read as in like, he read. The verb. Both of them start with an R and then a D, but the vowel sound makes it distinct. So Elihu and Eliyahu start and end the same way, but there's a vowel sound in there that makes the two very distinct from each other. Elihu, Elihu, why hast thou forsaken me? Eliyahu, Eliyahu, like, it don't make sense. What makes sense to me, what I'm saying, is if you take the Lashawan Qadash and say, Allah, Allah, why hast thou forsaken me? And people mistaken and saying, why is he calling for Aliyah? Allah, Allah, Aliyah. Now that sounds much more similar than Elihu, Elihu, Eliyahu. You know what I'm saying? So, unless there's a different Hebrew dialect out there other than the modern so-called Hebrew that we need to examine, at the very least, the Lashawan Qadash is closer to making this scripture make sense. So that's really all I wanted to bring out. Read the story for yourself. Or did he say it in the Greek? Because he said it in the Greek, then it's Eloi or Eli. In Mark, the same story, Eli is pronounced different. It's either Eloi or Eli. And the other, and when they thought that he was calling for Elijah, it said Helias in the Greek. It was Helias. So is he calling for? So Eli or Eloi don't sound like Elias or Helias. So it's like, you gotta understand. The scriptures, when you read the scriptures, it's like doing a jigsaw puzzle. Certain pieces fit better than others. You know what I mean? You do have a piece that may fit in something, but you can tell, there's still some space around that little thing, whatever. So it don't actually belong there. You know what I mean? You gotta read the scriptures and you gotta piece together the puzzle, man. That's really the way it works, and that's how we come up with the doctrine, from the Most High, of course, but through men and men try to teach, through generations, things that were sent down from the Most High. The way it makes sense to brothers is just like that. You piece together what makes sense, what don't make sense. It wouldn't make sense for people to mistaken Elihu with Eliyahu. From a man that speaks very clearly and was very loud. And they were convinced, they were totally convinced that he was calling out for Eliyahu, right? But if you take the Lashawan Qadash, Aliyah and Allah sound similar. They actually, you could say, okay, Aliyah, Aliyah, Allah, Allah, you know what I mean? Like, it actually has similar, sounds more similar than the so-called modern Hebrew, so with that, I'm not saying Lashawan Qadash is point, what I just said is point proven, but it is a closer, like, the Lashawan Qadash would make that scripture make more sense than the modern Hebrew. You know what I mean? So with that, I'm going to say all praises to Yahweh Bahashem Yahushua. Double honors to the apostles and elders of Great Millstone. Salutations to you brothers throughout the four corners of the earth, teaching the truth and righteousness and sincerity. To you Israelite foreigners, come back home to the truth. And glory to the fallen soldiers that passed away serving Yahushua. The dead in Yahushua shall arise first. Shalom.